Yo, what up guys, Bricks5D here, and I'm about to attempt to beat the Doom Tower hard boss Agreth on floor 60. This is Doom Tower hard, and it's a bunch of series that I'm doing trying to beat all the bosses until I get to the most difficult one or to the top boss that I can no longer beat, because I'm sure we'll get to that point where it will become so difficult. We started from floor 10, so you can check the playlist for all the other videos we've done about all the other bosses. Subscribe and like so you'll be notified when we post the new videos. In my opinion, Agreth is one of the most easiest bosses to beat in the Doom Tower hard or normal, because all you need to do is cleanse the poisons that he places on you, and we know there are champions in this game that do a lot of cleansing. So for them to have this a boss in the game where you cannot block his poisons, block debuff doesn't really do much here. He will still land his poison, he will still land his poison sensitivity on you even if you place block debuffs. But cleansers is what rules this boss, so it's kind of easy to beat him just because of that reason. So you have champions like Doom Priest, you have champions like Reliquary Tender, champions that are easily accessible to a lot of players in the game can come here and shine. You have champions like Seal the Drake who also do passive heals, which is important when you're taking all those poison damage and you just need to be healing yourself back so you don't take more damage than you can handle. If you want to do resist teams, Progney, people can do resist teams, but I'm not going to do a resist team. I'm going to do a team that just cleanses and cleanses and cleanses. Now, you might think one cleanse is enough. That's for Doom Tower normal, 2 cleanse. But when you come to Doom Tower hard, the boss do take higher speed, you know. He has a higher speed and all that. So you need to bring more than 1 cleanser. 2 is ideal. But just to make my run secure, I'm going to bring in 3 cleansers. Yes. Will that make the run a little bit longer? Of course, because you have to be what do you call it? Your cleansers will be doing a lot of work while not doing any damage to the boss. Now, how do we get damage from this boss now? HP burn. The default champion, because we're talking about Doom Tower hard, we assume that every player that is trying to beat Doom Tower hard, especially floor 50s, 60s, you've already been playing the game long enough to have a Drexter Blood Twin, I think. So, but if you do not have a Drexter Blood Twin, which is the source of damage for this boss, I recommend you bring in any other HP burn champions. The problem with these ones is that you will have to hit or place the burns on the spiderlings, because just placing the burn on the boss alone, it will take forever before he takes a turn, then burns himself, takes forever, takes a turn, burns himself. You will sit there for about an hour before that run completes. But when you have HP burn on the spiderlings, they can also take new turns and burn the main boss also. You'll see it in action. So this is my team that I'm going to be rocking with. The only damage is coming from the HP burn. If you think you're okay with 2 cleansers, take out one of them and bring in a real damage, maybe decrease defense, decrease attack champion here in this slot. But I don't need any real damage on the boss. I don't need to make it extremely fast. That's what I mean. I wanted to make it 100% secure so I can start this battle, put a 15 run and walk away, come back an hour later and all the runs are complete. That's my purpose, so without failing any of the run. I've explained enough how the mechanics works. If you're not sure what the boss does, always come here and read the skills. Head over to Elhade's website where you can see the rage stages too, to know the speed of the boss, to know how much speed you need in your champions. Though it's not quite important in this battle, but you don't want to be at 100, 150 speed. You should be above 200 because you know you're going up to Doom Tower hard, Doom Tower floor 60s and above. So your speed should be above 200 if you want to come to these battles. At the end of the run, of course, I'll show my team and you see which gear I build them with. I didn't build this team specially for floor 60. These are champions I've already been using in the game. So if you do have these champions already laying around, check their speeds to make sure they're okay. Relentless set is important for, you see, Doom Priest. We already know she's in Relentless set. So when we see the artifacts, we'll also see that also. My Seal the Drake is not yet in Relentless set. People do recommend also Seal the Drake should be in Relentless set. My Seal the Drake is a very old build that I had when I first got her in the first early game period when I was playing the game, and I've not revised that build since then because she works perfectly, right? Why change it when it doesn't have any problem? It works fine, although there's always room for improvement and it could perform better than she's currently doing right now. So I've not had any reason to change her build. Now the spider, pause. Once you come to the spider, you see how he spawns his spiderlings. If you fought it in floor 30, you already know. He spawns his spiderlings, and do not touch the spiderlings. If you hit them, they will place more poisons on you. That's a counter attack, right? You hit them, they will place more poisons on you. But just by hitting my Drextar Blood Twin, check out, he has a passive, right? That whenever he's hit, he has a chance to place poison on the attacker. So he has placed poison on all of them. So these poisons that is on all of them will do the damage for us. So I think this run is on 100% auto. Seal the Drake and other champions who have an AoE damage, they will not do their damage on the spiderlings. They will not do their AoE skill. But if you have a champion like Bigon, who does a single target, then an AoE, you will get counter-attacked. So don't bring champions that have AoE on all their skills. There's this HP Bond champion that people use a lot that is based on defense. I forgot his name. He looks like Bigon also. He is not the perfect candidate here. Even, what do you call it now? Tyrant Elixirmore. When he places his HP Bond, he has to hit the spiderlings. So if you're trying to bring champions like that put HP Bond with a hit, that would be bad. But there's an epic champion who is used a lot in the spider. I forgot his name. Mordecai, yes. Mordecai doesn't hit the spiderling, he just places the HP bomb. So champions who do that HP bomb placing without hitting the spiderlings will not attract this counter attack. So that's just some explanation about how this HP bomb will do this trick, and which one you should bring in here and which one you should not bring in here. Now, if you do bring in a Tyrant Elixirmore like I used to do it when I didn't have a Drextar, I will hit the spiderlings. They will place more HP bond, and then I'll cleanse everything. That's how I used to do it. But hey, we have a reviver, so if anybody goes down, we can always. So this run is a little bit a longer one. So since I've explained everything, let's see how it works for a minute or two. Slow speed on the boss, decrease attack on the boss, block debuffs, don't do anything. We're still getting the poisons. So this team will cleanse and heal non-stop while waiting for the spiderlings to take a turn. Watch out when this one spiderling takes a turn. Let's see the damage, how much damage is done. 250k damage. Check out the next one. Boom, 253k damage. So each HP bond tick does about 253k damage on the boss. So that will mean they will take about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In 5 turns, this run will be over. I'm talking about when the spiderlings themselves take 5 turns, this run will be over. If they die, the boss will revive them, so there is no problem with that. I'm waiting for that cleanse. Ooh, the cleanse did not happen. He did hit me. So if your cleanse is going on cooldown, you might want to manual this run and make sure you target your cleanse when the boss has placed a lot of poisons on you. So right there, I did not cleanse and I got hit by all the poisons. See, they wasted the cleanse. That's what I mean. They shouldn't be doing the cleanse when there's no poison, but hey, you always have the choice to manual it if you don't want to do it on auto. That's why I didn't bring in 2 cleanser. That's why I brought in 3, because I wanted to be healed and not want a cleanse, and it's not available. All right, that's the run. Let's fast forward to the end and see the final damage. All right, right there at the end, my team did go down because they didn't cleanse the poison like we wanted them to. So that's the final run, and that's the reward. What do I get? What do I get? Oh, I thought I was gonna get something like a sacred shard or something. Come on, 1.5 million silver is still a good reward for beating this boss for the first time on Doom Tower Hard. So that's my team. Drexter, 8.9 million. I told you he's the one with the HP burn and does all the damage. The entire HP of the boss was taken down by him. Others were just doing their A1s and so on. So if you need to farm this boss, you can get what, let's see what the forge gives us when we, affinity breaker, is that it? Critical damage 30%, 20% chance to, I don't really need this set. I prefer other sets that I get from the Fire Knight than these ones, but hey, some people farm this boss repeatedly. I don't really need to farm it, even if I can do it in a short time of 6 minutes, just like you saw now. Let's head over to Agreth Helper, and so I can show you my full team that beat the boss just now. So you can see their full stats, but it doesn't show the gear, right? So I'll click individually so you can see the gear. Masteries on only Drexter and Seal the Drake. The rest of them do not have masteries. So let me click on Drexter so you can see he's fully booked and fully mastered. That's his stats right there. Take a screenshot or pause to see. I use him everywhere now in Doom Tower because of he's so awesome. For what's her name, Doom Priest, like I said, she's rocking with my Relentless set. And not fully mastered yet, but good HP, good speed of 242. Like I said, over 200 speed is awesome. 242 on a Relentless set is kind of high though. My Seal the Drake is still rocking her stun set because that's what I used originally for the spider when I was trying to beat Spider 20 and so on for the Habitat missions. She was not stunning the waves enough, so I put her in a stun set so she could stun the entire spider limbs in Spider 20. Since then, I've not revised this build, so this is kind of an outdated. You can see the speed is kind of low, 187 for a Seal the Drake of this caliber. So she's fully mastered on the defense tree and support tree. Reliquary Tender, MVP right here. This is a champion almost everybody should have if you've been playing the game for a while, except you fed her and you didn't know how good she is. 57k HP, 210 speed. I put her in full speed so she can go fast and come back to her ability of cleansing. That's how most people build her. It's not required to have a Relentless set since she doesn't really bring anything on the passive skill. She does have a revive though, so if you don't have Seal yet, you can also do this with Reliquary Tender. You just have to make her tanky so she's not the one that goes down when the boss starts doing his big hits. Oh, I'm missing a piece on my Muslim Mage. I stole a piece from him and I didn't put it back. Anyways, I used this champion for Faction Wars, really awesome. Helped me with that Faction War 21 boss and wave and cleansing. 252 speed, even when he's missing one artifact, which would make him about 260 to 270 speed when I return these artifacts to him. So I did put him a lot of speed to do a lot of work in the Faction Wars. So he is awesome for this too. If you don't have him, Reliquary Tender or Doom Priest will get the job done for you. Like I said, I should have used that slot for damage, but I did not do it. That's my team that beats Agreth on Doom Tower Hard floor 60. Let me know if you have any questions about this team or about other bosses you are trying to beat in Doom Tower, especially the waves. The waves are getting more difficult now as I go on. You can see I'm ignoring the secret rooms. We'll get to them later. I just want to see how far I can go in Doom Tower and see if we'll finally hit the final boss for the first time on rotation 1. That's what this series is about. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Good night.